ओ कोई तो चल जिद फड़िए तू बेतरिए या मरिए हाय कोई तो चल जिद फड़िए तू बेतरिए या मरिए चक दे हो चक दे इंडिया चक दे हो चक दे इंडिया चक दे हो चक दे इंडिया चक दे हो चक दे इंडिया.
Oh, winters in Delhi. I arrived in Delhi in December, and I thought, oh, it's New Delhi. It can't get that cold. Wrong. In December and January, it gets kind of cold, and they don't build the buildings with enough insulation to keep in the heat. So people burn stuff, a lot of stuff, and it creates crap in the air, and your respiratory system hates you. So I decided to go on my first touristy destination to Lodi Gardens, because I was in some serious need for some green. Lodi Gardens quickly became one of my favorite spots in Delhi because it's just so pretty and picturesque, and it's just a nice place just to sit and relax and breathe. There's a 17th century bridge, and there are 3 15th century tombs by the last 3 sultans of Delhi. There are a lot of cool pathways and jogging paths, and people come for picnicking or come after school, but I'll get to that later. When we entered Lodi Gardens, the first tomb we saw was the oldest tomb in the gardens. It was constructed, I think, late 15th century, and it houses the 3rd sultan of the Sayyid dynasty, the tomb of Muhammad Shah. It was a really cool tomb, very nicely proportioned and octagonal, and very nice to look at and lined by palm trees. Before I talk about this lovely structure you see before you, I just wanted to do a brief overview of the people who come to Lodi Gardens. It's quite fascinating. So you see these 2 little kids, one with a backpack larger than his torso, which is adorable. And also you see people picnicking, and people who are coming from work and just want a break. But what you also see are couples making out. So no, I did not get any footage of people making out. That's gross. And that was older couples, maybe people in college. I'm going to talk about the phenomena of the third wheel, mainly people in high school, maybe first, second year in college. Here's an example, and across the lake is an example. It's when, you're still living with your parents until you're married, and they don't really encourage dating. So for the girl to go out with the guy she likes, she has to say, oh no, but I'm hanging out with Tom and Bob. So there's no real need to worry. So you get situations like these.
Aw, poor guy. Someone needs to find him a girl. He just looks so bored.
But I digress. Here, look, nature. On the other side of Lodi Gardens is this mosque, which is attached to the Bara Gambar, which is the big dome, which you see here. It was built in 1494, and in the mosque, there is a guest house. To the west of the bridge, there is a fort that encloses this tomb of the Sikandar Lodi, and it was built in the early 15th century. And at the end of our turn about the park, We found one of my favorite places in Lodi Gardens, the greenhouse. It's where all the potted plants are. And I loved this spot because I just went inside these doors and I just breathed in all the lovely, lovely air, which consisted of fresh dirt and plants, and I got my oxygen for next week. Well, I hope you liked Lodi Gardens as much as I did. This is Naomi signing off, and yes, I'm in India.
बस्ती है मसालों की दिल्ली दिल्ली गली है दीवानों की दिल्ली